a month away, we're all starting to get seriously hyped about these new games, especially as more information comes out. And most of the time with Pokemon games, they live up to that hype. They either meet our expectations or greatly exceed them. But there are a couple of times when some parts of the game doesn't meet our expectations. It just falls flat. Yes, some parts of Pokemon can be disappointing. So I'm going to talk about some of the things in Pokemon that have disappointed me. Now, a couple things to keep in mind is that these are the things that disappointed me. Don't expect to see me disappointed by the same thing you were disappointed by. And also, due to the nature of this video, I'm going to be explaining why these things were disappointing. And that's going to involve me complaining. So if you're one of those people that can't stand complaining or just negativity in general, I suggest you leave now because this video is not for you. But for those of you that actually care what I'm about to say and want to learn what was disappointing for me, here's some of the things that were disappointing for me in Pokemon. Now, the first generation that I truly experienced the full hype season from announcement to release was the 6th generation. I mean, I heard about games releasing before via Nintendo Power and all of that, but I never really experienced the whole wait until the 6th generation. And throughout that wait, they add in some trailers and more information, kind of like what we're experiencing now with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And in these trailers, they do reveal some new Pokemon. Now, one of the new Pokemon that was revealed for Generation 6 was a Pokemon called Vivillon. And when I saw Vivillon, I knew I had to get one because it was pretty. The Vivillon I saw, its wings were pink and it had little bits of teal mixed in. That's one of my favorite color combinations. And I'm like, oh wow, I really need this Pokemon. So when the game came out, I caught the Scutterbug, leveled it up, and I got this. Now, if you happen to be a fan of that particular color scheme, I'm sorry if I offended you. It's just that, well, it's not all that appealing to me. It's not that I dislike it, really. It's that I don't really like it. So I went from thinking I was going to get something that I loved to getting something that was really less than appealing. And so I went and talked to my friend, and it turns out that because I live in this place called the Midwestern United States, I got a certain type of Vivillon that I just really didn't care for all that much. And the thing is, there were a few other patterns I would have rather had. But no, I get stuck with this Vivillon. Time to move. It wasn't a complete deal breaker since I did go on to use it throughout the game and to beat the league. But that doesn't change the fact that that was completely disappointing. And it doesn't stop there. There were other Pokemon that were disappointing as well. Recently, about a little bit less than a year ago, they revealed a Pokemon called Cosmog for Pokemon Sun and Moon. And I'm looking at this thing, it's so adorable, it's so cute. It's a Psychic type, one of my favorite types, and I'm thinking, okay, I have to get one of these. And I'm thinking through the team I want for Sun and Moon, I'm like, don't forget Cosmog, don't forget Cosmog. Well, it turns out that you don't get Cosmog until the post-game, which isn't really that big of a deal since it was a huge part of the story and everything. The problem is, the only moves that it knows are Splash and Teleport. Two moves that are completely useless. What's the point of having a Pokemon if you can't even use it? And so it could be like one of those, Magikarp and the Gyarados things, where if you take the time and train it right, it'll evolve into something spectacular. Except that Cosmog doesn't evolve until somewhere in the mid-40s. So I have to switch train or keep a spot open on my team for it until it gets to level 44 or wherever it is. 44 or 45, somewhere around there, I don't remember. Which is a pain in the butt because I can't even use it, so I can't even get all the experience from defeating the Pokemon. I have to rely on the experience share. And when it does evolve, its evolved form isn't better. It still only knows the same two moves. So I have to train it up another 10 levels so it will evolve into something I already have. Now I admit that Solgaleo and Lunala are pretty cool as Pokemon goes. They're legendary Pokemon. But Cosmog in of itself was a disappointment. Specific Pokemon wasn't the only thing I found disappointing. I found some other parts of Pokemon disappointing too. Like, for example, Pokemon Generations. Now, not every single episode of that was disappointing. I'm specifically talking about the new world. And those of you that have seen Pokemon Generations and that know me are probably flipping out right now. Like, oh my gosh! Joe! Did you not see that? Hello? You're crazy. You must be crazy. trailer, did you not see, hello, Cynthia was in it? And yes, I did see that, and yes, that was the problem. Because, well, you guys saw what happened in the last video. There was no topping that. There's no way you're going to be Garchomp Headlock. But when she came charging in, ready to save the day, I at least expected something almost just as epic, especially since the Garchomp was out of its Pokeball. But then what happened? Nothing. Giratina appeared, snatched Cyrus into the distortion world, and nothing happened. And while everybody else was like, oh wow, this is so cool, this is awesome, I'm just sitting there thinking, this was better in the anime. Are you kidding me, Pokemon Company? You can't just take one of the best characters in the franchise, flaunt her in front of our faces, and then wait, oh, by the way, we're not going to do anything with her. I'm done. So, those are some of the things from Pokemon that disappointed me. Was there something that disappointed you that I left out? If so, feel free to leave a comment below. Also, if you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Also, you can follow this channel on Twitter at VisitJoneVideos. And that's going to be it for this video, so I will catch you later.